The inquiry into state capture has resumed for the year, with its first sitting taking place right now. It's a race against time as the Commission needs to meet a 31 March deadline to wrap up its work. Evidence on Eskom, the Vrede dairy farm and Transnet has been heard so far. It still remains to be seen if former President Jacob Zuma will return to testify as a tug of war with chairperson Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo is yet to be decided. The Commission is focusing today on the mining sector, and eNCA's Michael Appel is tracking proceedings and joins me now. So, Michael, I could joke and say that, you know, in the wake of the announcements around beach closures, a few people didn't know that there were beaches in the Northern Cape, but what is there in the Northern Cape is state diamond mining projects, right? And the inquiry for the year, who is the first witness, and the focus is on that, those projects that have to do with diamond mining in the Northern Cape.
Yeah, that's right. So this has got to do with, would you know it, the Guptas getting their hands on marine mining in the Northern Cape. This is quite an obscure state capture project, but it's interesting. We shouldn't always just focus on the massive millions and billions looted. It's important to look at this. So, Alexander Bay in the Northern Cape, there is a state mining company, Alexcor, that comes in there. There was a land claim that was successfully concluded for the Richtersveld community. So they entered into a joint venture. It's eventually called the Pooling and Sharing Joint Venture, PSJV, with 51% held by Alexcor, the state, the Department of Public Enterprises is the wholly owned shareholder there, and then the community, and then they would split 51-49%, and then there would be a company, a contractor who would be brought in to market, valuate, and then sell the diamonds, and then each would get their cut. It sounds perfect, doesn't it? Except, who is that contractor that gets appointed? It is a company called Scarlet Sky Investments. They get appointed on the 4th of March 2015. Who is one of the directors who sits on the board of that company? It's a man called Kubin Mudli. He is a well-known associate of, surprise, surprise, Salim Essa. Kubin Mudli has also assisted Trillion to loot Eskom, had a hand in Mediosa. Remember those mobile clinics in the Northwest and in the Free State? And he gave the Guptas 10 million rand to buy Optimum coal mine. So, I mean, these are not small links to the Guptas here, Tulas. So the evidence leader for the day, Advocate Sabir, she summed up how state capture can be explained in this particular venture. Listen in.
There was the capture in the form of getting hold of the produce of the mines, which is diamonds. So getting access to that produce. And the other capture that was indicated was in redirecting the purposes of Alexcor from its main mandate of mining diamonds into mining coal, and thereby positioning it for entities that are linked to the Gupta family to be able to provide coal to Eskom. The minister at the time had agreed with the board in changing the direction of Alexcor into coal mining as well.
So, Mike, there are also questions around a company that was appointed to sell the diamonds on behalf of the joint venture. What stands out about one of the directors of this company?
I've mentioned Mr. Mudli, but let me also just speak about this company as a whole. It was a shelf company. They misrepresented themselves before the Department of Public Enterprises. To us, the worst thing is, for a company that's going to sell rough diamonds, you need a license. Scarlet Sky Investments didn't even have the first requirement to be considered to be appointed by the DPE. It didn't even have a license to sell rough diamonds, yet gets promoted above all other companies by the Bid Evaluation Committee. It absolutely blows your mind. And the Deputy Chief Justice has said, but hold on, have you, as the forensic auditors who were investigating this, and they got appointed, this is Gobodo Forensic Investigations and Audit, got appointed in 2019, to say, did you go and check with this bid adjudication committee to see how SSI, Scarlet Sky Investments, got appointed? And the answer was no, they had moved on to other things. And he made the point, we shouldn't be allowing people to get away with things just because they are now former, or they have moved on, or they've resigned from a position. You need to pursue them. So he says he hopes that the commission, the State Capture Inquiry's investigators, have actually gone to plug those holes in this investigation by that company. That coming up hopefully a little bit later. I'll be back again at 1 o'clock.
All right, Michael, thank you for that. And, of course, testifying there is the forensic investigator, Albert Torres, who is associated with Gobodo investigations and delivering some of that testimony that Michael has been reporting on.